Good day, everyone. Welcome to our Get Property Wise Wednesday chat with Candace and Leroy. Once again, we're so excited to be back with you all, always bringing you value as far as property is concerned. So very, very excited. How are you, Leroy?
Very well, and yourself, Candace? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Trust you're
Good
doing well.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is it afternoon?
It's afternoon.
I don't know why I thought it's 12 o'clock, but anyway, but that's also afternoon still. Good
That's
afternoon.
also afternoon.
We've got Sleaze.
Awesome. We've got our guest speaker with us today. So Silindile, Leseyane, thank you so much for joining us. You're so welcome today. How are you? Okay, we can't hear you. Your sound is off.
Hi, sorry, hi Candace, I was on mute. So hi everyone, and thank you for inviting me, Candace and Leroy.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited, everyone. So I'm sure some of you have already seen our topic for today. So we're going to be discussing property Stokvels. So I'm sure some of you may know what it is. Some of you don't know. Maybe you've heard about it via the grapevine and you want to better understand it. So today we've got Stokvel expert with us, Silindile Leseyane, and she's going to be talking us through some of the challenges and benefits of actually being part of a property Stokvel, and also how to get involved for those of you who've maybe wanted to know or learn more about it. But I think before we get into our talk with her today, I just want to give you just a brief overview just in terms of who she is. So I've got a short bio that I just want to share with you. So as I said, her name is Silindile Leseyane, and she's the chairperson of Sakikizwe Property Stokvel and the managing director of Sizonat Nota Investments, a company that provides coaching to Stokvels to reach multi-millionaire status and connect Stokvels to property investment opportunities. So that's really awesome. We're going to be learning all about that and how you can get involved from that perspective. She's also a property investor, and she's the winner of the 2019 SA Property Investor of the Year Award winner, innovative category. So very exciting, and well done on that achievement, Silindile. She also holds an MBA from Wits University and Indiana University, United States of America. She started Sakisizwe Property Stokvel, which now has over 350 members, and they've managed to raise close to 9 million since they launched in July 2019, which is really massive success to have achieved in such a short period of time. She's been fortunate to have been covered in multiple media outlets such as SABC1, ENCA, 702, Power FM, and the list just continues. So her desire is really to see attain financial freedom by leveraging community capital for the benefit of the members. Awesome. So great stuff. Thank you, Silindile.
Candace, that was
it seems like we've just lost
well
them.
done. Well done with the pronunciations there as well. You did well there, but we lost Sleaze.
Okay, what happened there?
We lost Sleaze. I think just call her and ask her to log back in. No, I think she's out. So welcome. Let's see where online. Angelique, how are you? We've got Angelique.
I don't know if everyone can still see me. It seems like I have lost Leroy and Silindile there. Let me just double check to see if this is all still showing. So apologies for that, everyone. And I can see some of you are still online. So let me just try and get them. Okay, we just went offline there, everyone. Apologies for that. But we're all back. I'm glad to see you all still online, so that's great. I think, let's just get straight into our talk today. So I just want to give Silindile just an opportunity, just tell us a little bit more about you, Silindile. Why did you specifically get involved in property Stokvels? I think that's my first question for you.
Okay, so the reason why I got involved with property Stokvels was that, I realized that as an individual, I could only go so far in terms of property because I started investing in property. And then, like when you're starting out, you make all kinds of mistakes where you buy property in your own name, and then very soon the banks don't really want to give you any more money and all of that. So So how I actually came across well, I've always known what stokvels are because in the communities where I grew up, stokvels were like the norm. People play stokvels, we call it playing stokvels really, but they did stokvels either within like families or just friends or people that go to church together or just in communities. But the nature of the stokvels that they were involved in were sort of like the ones where, at the end of the year, they then, whatever money they've collected over the period, they then distribute and whatever, either the person gets a cash lump sum or they buy groceries or whatever, or sometimes they just rotate money amongst each other. So, getting that lump sum when it was your turn was like a big deal because then you got to either pay off your debt or buy something that you really wanted or whatever the case might be. So I was used to those kinds of stokvels. So when the idea came to my head that we could actually use the very same concept of stokvels, which is essentially crowdfunding, but now we actually crowdfund investments into property. And for me that was then I thought to myself, okay, if I as an individual was able to just purchase one little property, one bedroom or one two-bedroom on my own, if there were other people like myself, we could potentially buy a whole block. Then we've got that power that I wouldn't be able to on my own, which means that we can access bigger opportunities and all of that. And also the fact that unlike your traditional stock sales, where you just keep putting money in, and there's no real growth in it, now we actually investing money into an asset that gives us money as well, so it pays us back. So at some point, ideally, we'd even stop contributing and just live purely off, the income from those assets. So that for me was how I got attracted and started the Stokvel journey.
Awesome, great stuff. So thank you for sharing that. And then you mentioned that you've managed to grow your network to 350 members.
Yes.
Someone's phone is on. Can maybe just put your phone on silent, whoever, one of the two of you.
I think it's Silindile's phone.
I'm going to switch it off.
Yeah. So Silindile, you mentioned that you've grown you've grown your network to 350 members. So tell us, how did you get started in terms of growing to that amount of people? Because I believe that's a significant amount, especially in such a short period of time.
Okay, so we didn't really. We started off small, just with a couple of members. And really, what has led to the growth is the fact that we invest in property, which is something that a lot of South Africans understand, and it's like a tangible asset that you can walk to, see, feel, touch, and so that's why like average South Africans are attracted to property as an asset type. And we all understand, how it generates money. We all understand that the bigger it is, the more money you get from it. Unlike, for example, with other investments, like for example shares, the bigger the company is, does not necessarily mean it makes more money. A smaller company could be making more money relatively, so all of those things, the fact that we're investing in an asset class that people know and understand, and in terms of just the growth, it's been a combination of just having a good product, which is investing in property stock sales, having that transparency amongst our members where they know exactly what we're doing at any given point in time. They're able to get real-time live updates of all the money that is contributed. They're able to get real-time updates when money that we collect is paid out. They then get monthly payout. So then they also, so unlike most other stock funds where they put money aside for like a 3, 4, 5 year period, whatever the period is that they're raising money for, and only then to start seeing the returns. Our members start seeing the returns literally within a month of investing. So that starts building rapport and credibility when they start seeing money coming in. So now they start seeing their money work for them, and that is why they then are able to continue contributing, and even they're then able to refer to their friends and communities, and also we do, like before COVID, we used to do like info sessions and road shows to Durban and wherever else, where we actually go and see and talk to our potential members and go on like and all of that. So, and also doing like events at like some of the properties that we've invested in, so people can actually go and see that this is like a tangible product that they can get involved in. So I think those are just some of the things that have contributed to the growth that we've had.
Awesome, awesome. Silindile, we just have some comments from people here. So I don't know if you've got another device on there. If you can maybe just turn the volume down. It seems to be affecting the sound. So people are saying they can't hear us clearly.
I don't know what's
Leroy, is it not yours, maybe?
No.
Okay, because there's definitely some sort of an echo. Let me just double check here and see if all my devices are off as well. There's definitely something happening, some sort of an echo.
Yeah, look at it. I don't know.
Okay, so no one's got devices on.
Sorting it out, but so that's good, man. So maybe just a quick. So for me to get in, I'm actually very interested about this, because I've got an overview of how Stokvel's work. Group of people come together, they give a lot of money, and in the old days, it would, as you said, it would come out maybe once. Everyone would get a month where they get paid out and they buy groceries or they buy food, they buy. But what you're saying with your Stokvel is you invest in the Stokvel, whichever amount, maybe we'll come to that with the next question, is what is the minimum amount and the maximum amount? How will that work? So they come in, they give an amount, the 300 people, you take that and you buy a property with it.
Okay.
And what? No, I'm just a overview. So you buy a property. Yeah. So you buy a property with it, and then what you do is you take the rental from the property, and it pays back all the members of the Stokvel. Am I getting that correct?
Okay. So each Stokvel is going to be different, right? So it depends on what it is that you looking to do, right? So when we started out, because we were not really sure like which entity we could do this in, whether it would be like a company or a trust or a combination of both, or how we could do it, like legally and all of those other things. We then decided that to get the ball rolling, we were going to go with a much simpler a strategy of doing angel investing. I think you guys are in the property space, so you know how that works, right? So in the sense that if there's a property project and there's funds that are needed for like a renovation or a rehab of some sort, or maybe student accommodation, they need to buy beds and fridges and TVs and whatever and put in individual meters, and the banks will give you maybe like the bond amount, and then you've got that shortfall that you still need to configure the property to then realize its true value or to what you want to use it for. So we as a Stokvel then would fill that a gap of actually providing that funding that was required for that. And then, so in that sense, we didn't own the property. We were mainly doing angel investing financing, and then we would then get monthly interest. And then at the end of the 12-month period, the capital that we put in would then be returned to us. So it was a pure, very short-term investment over 12 months, which we still do. But now that we've figured out, in terms of how we can structure the ownership elements and how to do that, so now we actually provide our members with two options. You can either do the angel investing, which some of our members, even though initially they were not aware that it was actually possible to invest in property this way, now they used to it, so they understand it. They know that at the end of the month, they know what their interest is going to be, and it comes in, it's paid out to them on a monthly basis. And then after 12 months, their capital is returned to them. But now we've also got a second stream where, for the members that actually want to own the property, so now we crowdfund the money to actually buy the property. So those members become the co-owners of the property. So we've got two options. So if you want to do the short-term angel investing, you know exactly what your returns are going to be, you know you're going to get your money back after 12 months, there's that option. And then for those who say, I want more of a long-term investment, I'm happy with fluctuations here and there in terms of because I know that my profit is based on the rental that's collected and the expenses that are paid, and therefore what's left is then paid out to me. And I understand that I want to ride the wave to see the value in the property increase as well, which you benefit if you're an owner. You don't if you're just an angel investor. So depending on what kind of investment you are looking for, you then choose which group you want to belong to, or you say I want to do both, and we accommodate that as well.
No, that's very good. I think just for that's powerful. So basically you have I think Slee, maybe, or let's just explain to them what an angel investor is and what a JV partner is, because some people don't know what an angel investor is. So maybe an angel investor is someone who will give you their capital, their money, and they'll expect a return on it. And normally they want a better return than what they're getting in the bank or in other investments. So depending on, the bank will give you 6% and the property will give you 12%, 10%, 15%, whatever it is.
So it's a loan agreement. So when you're doing angel investing, it's a loan agreement. So you know exactly what you are going to get. And so that money is due to you. So it has to be paid to you according to the terms that are in the contract. So if I say I'm going to borrow you 100,000 rand, Roy, at 10% per annum or whatever the case might be, and you're going to pay me on a monthly basis, after 12 months you can pay me. If you don't pay me, I can then take that agreement to court and ask you to basically honor your obligations. And the way that contract is structured is in such a way that if you do not pay, we can actually attach the rental from that property to pay the investors. So that is the security that the members have in that instance, because it's a loan and it's backed by the surety from the rental on that property. So that's the one, right? So you know exactly what you're going to get on a monthly basis. You do not become an owner of the building, so you're not necessarily an owner. You get what you've agreed on at the end of the month, at the end of the period, your money is returned back to you, you shake hands, and off you go. So that's how that works. So you think of it more of like a date, maybe, if you can call it that. You want to see if this relationship can work. Whereas if you become a co-owner, you are an owner of the property. Let's make an example where there's a vacancy, right? If there's a vacancy and you're an angel investor, you are not bothered. It's not your problem. Like, cry me a river. I want my money. You understand? So in that instance, the person is still obliged to pay you that interest that you've agreed on. Whereas if you're an owner and there's a vacancy, unfortunately, there's no money for you to be paid and you still have expenses to be paid, which means in that instance, you are not going to get any income. So you need to understand both investment options and decide which one is the right one for you.
So the angel investor has less risk, and with the JV partner, you're going to all the
you take on some of the risk.
You take off some of the risk as a joint venture partner.
And the benefit as well. So I mean, we tend to only focus on the negative. You also benefit on because, for example, if you're buying a property and you revamp it, or you rehab it, or you change the zoning, or you increase the value in one way or another. If you're an angel investor, you're not benefiting from that. You're just gonna get what you agreed on upfront, and that's it. Whereas if you're a co-owner of the building and the value of the property increases via whichever mechanism you've used, it means that now you benefit from that. If then the property is sold later on, not only do you benefit from the monthly rental, which is now higher than it was when you purchased the property, you also benefit when the property is sold or refinanced, or whatever the case might be, because now that growth in the assets is you've also got you're also entitled to it.
So Silindile, with your crowdfunding, is it a long-term strategy? So when you obviously purchase the properties for investment purposes, are you looking at a long-term asset that you're planning to obviously generate income from? Or do you have a certain period? Do you say after X amount of years, we sell the property, and then distribute the profits? How do you actually approach those type of deals with the crowdfunding investors? Can you hear me?
Okay,
Roy, can you hear me?
If you want to be a co-owner, we need to understand. Yes, I can hear you, Candace. It's more of a long-term strategy. I can hear you. So if you're wanting to buy property, it's not a short-term investment. You're not going to be in and out in 6 months or in a year. You know that it's going to take time to get the real value from the assets. So the idea is to buy and hold for at least a 3 to 5 year period at minimum. So that's the idea, is to keep the property, not to flip them. And then if you're looking for a more short-term investment, then you rather go into the angel investing or the funding group, which is that after 12 months you get your money back. If you're looking at the ownership one, it's not really suitable for people who want a quick in and out.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good there. Just one more question. I know Leroy's burning with a question. I can see there. I'm going to hand over to him now. I just want to ask you. So you've been talking about cash flowing deals here, and obviously depending on whether you're part of the angel investors or you're part of the the crowdfunding investors. But do you also look at flips as part of your property Stokvel strategy?
As part of your property Stokvel strategy? No, not at the moment.
Okay.
So Slee, it's actually quite interesting, eh? And you guys started in which year did you start?
And you guys started in which year did you start? We started in July 2019.
2019. And you said up until, or the Candace said in the bio.
Yeah, we started in July 2019. So we started in July 2019, and since then, I think we've got just over 9 million rand in how much the members have contributed and all of that. So I haven't actually done a calculation in terms of how much we've actually paid out. I must actually do that. It would be interesting to find out how much we've actually paid back to the investors over that period. So yeah, I think it should be more than 1 million, I can say. Definitely more than 1 million that we paid back to the investors in that period.
And these are people that would normally not be able to get involved in these projects by themselves, or they might not have the experience and the capital to get involved. So it's actually a huge benefit to get involved in this.
Absolutely. So those are people who wouldn't have the time, wouldn't have the skills, or even really the interest. They just want to make money. So sometimes it's about where can I make my money work hard for me, and I don't really want to be bothered with dealing with tenants and other issues, like where can I just make somebody else deal with it, and then I shame on it, So we've even got like other investors in our Stokvel who say, I've made money here and I just want to put it somewhere where I don't have to do any of the work. So we've got like a very diverse members. We've got members who put in 2,500 rand. We've got members who put in 100,000 rand. So it's we've got a wide spectrum of people that are in our Stokvel. And there's also this negative connotation with Stokvels. When people think Stokvels, they think of old grannies and aunties, lining outside Boxer and Metro in December. And we've shown that the people that are in our Stokvels are people that are actually interested in properties. You can see that the way that they ask questions and what they're involved in and all of that. So, we are changing the tide around, the perception and the image around Stokvels and moving away from them just being, like you were saying earlier, Leroy, that it's just everybody knows that come, this month I'm getting this lump sum and then it's a party at my house or whatever. So, and we're actually changing that narrative to say, but guys, let's be more strategic about this. How can we use Stokvels to actually make them work for us, and in a way that maybe I'm on my own, I wouldn't be able to, but through the power of others, I'm able to access now deals where with a 2,500 rand, for example, you would not be able to qualify to be an angel investor, and you wouldn't be able to get a 15% return or an 18% return on your money with just 2,500 rand. But now, if we're doing it together and we can raise 200, 300, a million, 2 million, we can now put that money and you still can get that 15% on your 2,500 rand or that 10% on your 2.5. That if you're to put it in a normal bank account, would only give you 2%. So
yeah,
the magic in getting the numbers.
So Silindile, what is the minimum amount that you accept from either your angel investors or your crowdfunding investors?
So it's 10,000 rand and above, and then the members can then top it up at any point in time if they want to increase their investment. So we used to have like 2,500 rand, but now we actually increased it this year to make it to be a minimum of 10,000 rand and upwards. So whichever group you join, the minimum now is 10,000 rand.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so you've already, one of the questions we were going to ask was just on the benefits, but I think you've just taken us through some of the benefits, of obviously joining a property stokvel, either as an angel investor or as a crowdfunding investor. Now, share with us some of the challenges that you generally face, as part of a property stokvel.
So the challenge really with most people is just getting started and not knowing how to start. As Lira was saying, he's got an idea, he thinks, he knows at a high level, but really it's just starting. That's where people get stuck. They have this idea, they want to do the property stock thing, they really don't know where to start. They don't know if there's what resources are available to help someone who's interested in a property stock sale. So that's normally the biggest hurdle, is just not knowing where to start and what to do when you've got this idea that I want to crowdfund, for whatever, either for, even as an investor yourself, Leroy, you might be looking for stokvel to partner with you, or to start your own stokvel that can then partner with you on your deals or whatever the case might be. So just that start is normally the problem. So that's why, I've actually got a course now where, I teach people how to do it, and I teach them how to run their own stuff, how to get started, how to build the credibility and to get that momentum and to get people going in terms of, property stock sales. The next issue is around, defining what it is exactly that the stock sale is intended to do, because people just say it's a property stock sale, and that means different things to different people. For some people, it means we're buying property for each other. For some people, it means we're buying land and developing. For some people, it means, we are just helping each other raise the funds, and then you buy your own property, or whatever the case might be. So just being clear on what is it that the stokvel is intended to do, and what are the benefits for the members to join. Because people, if you're not clear and people don't know how it works, it causes problems down the line. So just having that clear vision about what is it exactly that you want to do. Another issue is around, transparency and creating trust with your members. People have been scammed, so they are wary of getting involved in things like this. So you need to do a lot of work in creating that trust and transparency, so that people feel comfortable to leave their money in your custody. So you need to do a lot of work in that way. And also, people need to know, how are they protected? How are they protected should something go wrong? So those are all the important things, and also, around the right structures and all of that legally, so that everybody knows exactly how that's supposed to come. So those are just some of the challenges with stokvels. And then from the other flip side as well, from a member perspective, it's, you want to join a stokvel, but you're not really sure if it's running properly, and and how am I protected, and all of those things. So those are some of the things that people become wary of in terms of joining stokvels. They don't know who the people are that are doing that, and I think so that's just some of the challenges that you take a chance, and sometimes you don't know how that's going to work. And that is why traditionally stokvels were amongst people that knew each other. So if I ran away with stokvel money, they knew where I lived, and maybe it was my family. So just that the consequences for me as an individual would be very severe, because now I'd be basically removed from my social circle if I now, did something dodgy. So in the instance where it's a public stokvel, so the people might be wary in terms of, what is this person, how do I get my money back and all that. So you need to do a lot of work to reassure the people that what you're doing is legit, and make sure that the legal contracts and all of that you get into give the members a sense of comfort that you've done all the work that is necessary to protect them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's good. Cross all the T's, dot all the I's, get all the contracts in place. And I think what goes with that as well, Slee, is, as you said, it's education as well. As you said, you're a coach, you're an investor, and basically, so you find your people that just want a better return, and they don't want to do it. They don't want to know much. They just want their money. But then you find people that also want to learn about property, learn about stokvels, how it works, how the investment part works. And I know you do coaching as well. You said it now in that. where you coach the members, and I know you guys have. I think Candace was on a Candace was a seminar where you guys were talking and coaching and educating your members on property as well.
Yes, so I think it will actually be good because, I see we've got quite a good audience today, quite one of our biggest audiences that we've had in a long time. So people are quite interested about property Stokvels. So I think what we're going to definitely do is we're also going to be...
Sorry, Candace.
Sorry, what you saying, Slee? Can you hear me?
I'm saying I missed Leroy's question.
Oh, you missed Leroy's question. No, Leroy was just saying that you have the people who just want to, get involved as an angel investor and just see a return or crowdfunding investor. But then you also have people who want to learn how to do it themselves. And that is why you've got the coaching and the training program that you've put together. So I was just commenting on that just to say that, we've got a very good audience today. So part of what we're going to be doing today is, you will just need to share some information with me just with regards to when your next property Stokvel training is taking place. And then we would just like to make it available to our audience as well. So for those people who are looking to learn more about property Stokvels and maybe starting their own, I think it's then an opportunity to become educated in that area. Is that good with you?
And I think as well, or for someone who wants to invest, who says, listen, I've got 10,000, I want to get involved.
Okay, Roy. So I think there's a bit of a delay on Slee's side, so we must just give her a moment before we speak again. So just respond, Slee. What were you saying?
About the coaching for the Stokvel stuff, for property Stokvel. Okay, so what they can do is, I don't know if you guys are going to share my email, maybe on the comment line so they can hold me, then I can share the details with them. It's hello, HELLO at meetsilindile.com. So meet and then SILINDILE.com. So I can then share the information with them if they are interested.
For sure. So we'll definitely do that. So we'll put it in a comment section.
Okay, cool. All right, and then your other question, Candace, what is your other question?
Leroy, you had a question?
I think, Slee, before we get, I think maybe let's see, there's a few questions here. Let's see, we got a few people. We've got David, Stevens, Gloria. How's it, guys? Angelique, Sibongile. Guys, if you do have more questions, put in the comment section. I think we've got one from Angelique says, can one also join the Stokvel to buy your own property? Or is it just for rental to generate an income for all the members? So I think we've answered that one, Angelique.
No, we don't buy individual members. Yeah, I just answer it. No, we don't buy individual members' properties. So that's why I said it's very important that you understand what kind of Stokvel you're joining, because there are Stokvels like that buy the individual members their own properties. We are just not that Stokvel. So you need to find the one that does that, or start it yourself with your friends and whoever else you want to start that kind of Stokvel with. But we don't do that.
Okay, can I just comment also there, Leroy? So just for Angelique, so remember, part of what, as we read Silindile's bio earlier on, part of what they do is they invest in income-generating assets. Now, remember, if you are buying a personal home to stay in it, that's not necessarily going to be bringing about income. So what they are looking for is income-generating properties or income-generating opportunities. So if you want to get involved in their particular Stokvel and you're looking to generate a return on your investment, your initial investment, then of course there's an opportunity then to get that type of return depending on what you're going to be investing in, either as an angel investor or as a crowdfunding investor, where you're able to see some sort of a return. So as she said, not specifically for your personal residence. So I think it's just important to understand the difference in terms of the type of deals that they are pursuing at this time. Okay, and then there's a gentleman. So Victor also has a question here. He just wants to know what is the details of your Stokvel. So Victor, what we'll do is we'll make sure that at the end of the talk today, we'll definitely add Silindile's company name, we'll add the details, email address, all the contact information. So for those of you who want to learn more, want to get involved, you'll have an opportunity to do that.
Okay. So awesome, guys. So if there's any more questions, put it in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll put Silindile and the Stokvel's details. So whether you want, if you do want to invest with them as an angel investor or a JV partner, you've got your 10,000 or your 100,000 or your millions, whatever it is, and you want to connect with them, then we'll put the details in, and you can contact them and start investing with them. And I know they buy nice properties, eh? And you're buying properties. The properties are all over the country right now, Silindile, if I'm not mistaken, eh? I think they're in Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town, eh?
So we primarily focus on Johannesburg, Pretoria, Cape Town, and Durban.
Okay, guys. So we'll put the details in there, and then you can contact.
But our members don't have to be, but the members don't necessarily have to come from just those 4 cities. We've got members from all over South Africa, and even some that internationally from like South Africans that are living abroad that are looking to find better returns than what their money could be earning in those kind of countries. So we've got members from all over. It's not just in those 4 cities only.
No, that's perfect. And I think the beautiful thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that you do not need hundreds of thousands or millions. You can come in with as little as 10,000, get yourself involved. As we said, some want to return, some want to join in and get more information, get the education. Whichever person you are, there's an opportunity for both of you. So I think that's good. So from my side, I don't have any more questions, Candice.
Okay, that's great. So I think, Leroy, maybe just, whilst we're just waiting, maybe just to give people an opportunity just for that last question. Maybe just...
Yeah, we do educate. So we do educate our members as much as possible. And I think Candice will remember we had a session here in Midrand, and she came and gave quite an informative talk around property investing. So, so it's not just, you put your money and then hope for the best. We want to empower and upskill our members so that, maybe for now, when you're still starting out, you don't know, you're happy to put the 10,000 Rand, but in the long run, you also want to become a property investor. So we, by all means, provide our members with access to opportunities and invite people to come and talk to our members about the various elements of investing in property. Having had the honor of Candice being graced us as one of our guest speakers. I think it was last year or the year before last. I can't remember now. But yes.
Yeah, it was the year before last. Yeah, I think it was in Centurion. Very good session. Yeah, so I think there's just a bit of a delay there.
I missed that. Was there another question? The line is just getting bad.
Yeah, that's Silindile. I think we're gonna call it a day. But thank you so much, Silindile. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing all of your insights. I mean, it's really been good insights, good information that you shared there on property Stokvels, the challenges, the benefits, and I think everyone is a lot more informed. I can tell you we've definitely received a lot of positive comments where people are just saying thank you and thank you for the information. So we definitely have quite a few comments there. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. I have just added Silindile's email address. So for those of you who would like to get in contact with her, you're welcome then to connect with her directly. Either you ask about the property Stokvel and how to get involved, or you can talk to her about the training opportunities that they've made available around property Stokvel. So you're welcome to connect with her there. And then I think just to wrap up on our side, just remember, for those of you who haven't subscribed as an investor yet, go onto our platform. We've got the new packages now. We've got the silver, gold, and platinum investor packages. And I'm sure some of you are aware of that. I can see some of our investors are online today. So go and subscribe as an investor. Remember, we've got a lot of cool deals. Leroy's also in the last couple of days with our team. He's loaded a lot of new deals there. So all investment type opportunities. So really, if you want to get involved, if you want to start looking at some investment opportunities, definitely subscribe as an investor. Remember, as Property Pick, we only deal with investment type properties, investment type deals. So for those of you who are looking to see a return on your deals. And then also remember, if you know anyone who needs to sell their property quickly for whatever reason, we've got the free seller listing. So they can just go on. They don't have to pay any subscription fee for that one property that they're listing. And what that will do for them is it will give them an opportunity to advertise directly to investors. So there's no commission that they have to pay Property Pick as part of that listing. It's a free listing, and they would be able to advertise their property then to investors who are looking for investment type opportunities. And then, yeah, and I think it's just important to know also we're currently working on just growing our power team. So we already have some new power team members that we are going to be loading soon. So stay connected to the platform, www.propertypick.co.za, because remember, every strong investor needs a strong power team. So we want to ensure that as part of Property Pick, we really become that one-stop property shop for you, where you can get your deals and you can get all the power team members that you need to work with. And we're also hoping to partner with Silindile and her team. So we're going to be connecting with her offline to see if we can also bring them online and see if there's an opportunity also to get them involved as a Property Stokvel power team member. But we'll keep you guys updated, and we look forward to connecting with you soon. Awesome. Okay. That's me, Roy.
Okay. Bye, guys. All the best. Thanks, Silindile. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Candace. Thanks, Leroy.
Awesome. Thank you.